Welcome back to Valor Strategy, where we talk about the latest and most exciting news regarding UFC and MMA. In this video, we'll cover Phil Baroni's arrest over girlfriend's murder, the latest reactions to Dana White's SLAPFEST with his wife, a possible Jake Paul versus Mike Perry matchup, plus one of the best knockouts you'll see ever. So make sure to stay tuned till the end of the video, as we do have a special bonus content right at the end. Fighters and pundits react to Dana White's SLAPFEST. On Monday night, a video of a fight between Dana White and his wife, Ann White, was made public. In the video, the couple can be seen slapping each other on New Year's Eve at a club in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. In a later interview with TMZ, White admitted to hitting his wife and that they had since apologized to one another. However, serious doubts remain regarding the UFC executive's future. In the meantime, the internet as well as other pro fighters did make sure to voice their opinion on Dana White and his wife. Former boxer Oscar De La Hoya and Jamahal Hill are among one of the most vocal on the incident. Oscar tweeted, "My good friend at Dana White is so greedy he decided to steal fighter pay from his new league on TBS Power Slap by getting fighter of the night against his wife. Those Boston aerobic instructors are real tough guys." Jamahal Hill didn't hold back either, instead taking a jab at Dana's wife. "Funny how I say keep your hands to yourself and y'all twist it to I condone beating women. It's crazy that women want to just be able to assault men as they PLZ and we expected to take it and never be human. Y'all go ahead bruh." Here are some more reactions and tweets following the incident. Is Mike Perry versus Jake Paul in the making? According to rumors, Mike Perry was in the running to fight Jake Paul the next time. Many people were unsure of Paul's future after his decision victory over Anderson Silva in October. He was a YouTuber before switching to boxing. A fight announcement has been hinted at, and Perry posted on social media that he was offered the fight but Paul decided against it. Taking to Twitter, Mike tweeted, "I signed a contract to fight at Jake Paul but he changed his mind." After some followers questioned Perry's sincerity, he later tweeted a photo of the contract that had been delivered to him. According to the contract, Perry and Paul will square off on February 18th in an 8-round professional boxing bout for 185 pounds. Perry's contract signature was also seen in the picture. Paul has not yet responded to these tweets as of yet, and it is currently unknown with whom the problem child will square off on February 18th. Would you be interested in watching Mike Perry versus Jake Paul? Phil Baroni lands in jail for murder. Tragedy has struck as reports emerge that former UFC and Pride fighter Phil Baroni has been detained in Mexico for allegedly killing his girlfriend. According to a report by the Mexican publication Tribuna de la Playa, Baroni was allegedly impaired by drugs and alcohol when he killed his lover inside their hotel room. The woman was found naked on a bed with bruises and signs of beatings on her face and was pronounced dead by doctors. Baroni has been detained on suspicion of murder, and an investigation is ongoing to determine the exact cause of death. The news comes as a shock to fans of the former fighter, who had a professional record of 16-19 and competed in organizations such as Pride, Strikeforce, Bellator, and won championship throughout his career. Stay tuned to Valor Strategy, as we'll be providing all the latest updates on this case. Do you think UFC could handle another controversy? Let us know in the comments below. AJ McKee on spending $100K on Bellator versus RIZIN gear. AJ McKee made a splash at the Saitama Super Arena in Japan on Saturday as he entered the cage in full samurai regalia for his fight against Roberto de Souza. McKee's flashy entrance set the stage for a dominant performance as he defeated Satoshi to complete a 5-0 sweep for Team Bellator. The victory, which McKee ranks as one of his top 3 career achievements, was made even more memorable by his epic samurai-inspired walkout.
I did a lot of research. I had some people contact me. I was trying to rent a couple, and then I was like, man, if you're gonna do it, go full send on it, and I ended up, finding this one. It was 100 bands. I was like, let's do it. So there was this place, you could go purchase them. There's just many suits. He's got like different suits. It depends on like who the general and the samurai was under and so forth. And you just, there's like levels to it. It's just like anything in military and so forth. So all the other ones, they were like cool looking, you know what I mean? But like this one in particular, it was that guy. And when I saw it, I was like, I gotta get this.
Okay, cool.
There's replicas, there's all kind of stuff, but they're all handmade. You know what I mean? So it's all about who's making them and how they're made. This one's handmade. It's got alligator and crocodile on it and stuff. It's steel plated. It's all woven, stitched together. So I gotta go back, get all the paperwork stuff situated and so forth.
Michael Bisping shares his top fights that should happen in 2023. 2023 looks to be an exciting year for MMA, as several big names in the sport are expected to make returns after absences in 2022. One of the most highly anticipated returns is that of Conor McGregor, the former lightweight and featherweight champion who has not fought since injuring his leg in his trilogy fight with Dustin Poirier in July 2021. McGregor has already committed to a welterweight bout, and according to former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping, the obvious choice for McGregor's opponent would be Jorge Masvidal. The welterweight division has also been impacted by the absence of Colby Covington, and Bisping suggests a matchup between Covington and Khamzat Chimaev could be in the works. Another highly anticipated matchup according to Michael Bisping is the mega fight between Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones, with Jones recently completing physical preparations and Ngannou set to make a comeback around March. Watch Jamahal Hill TKO over Thiago Santos. The last news is one of the best TKOs you'll watch all year. Jamahal Hill is preparing for the biggest fight of his career as he gears up to face Glover Teixeira for the vacant UFC light heavyweight title on January 21st at UFC 283 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Hill comes into the fight on the heels of a major victory, while Teixeira returns to the cage after losing the belt to Jiri Prochazka at UFC 275 in June. Teixeira was originally set to make a comeback in December at UFC 282 in a title rematch with Prochazka, but the champion was forced to withdraw from the fight due to a shoulder injury and relinquish his title. The stage is set for an epic showdown between Hill and Teixeira as they fight for the coveted light heavyweight belt. But before we get into a bout, it would be nice to do a recap of Jamahal Hill's TKO against Thiago Santos. In a highly anticipated matchup of top contenders in the light heavyweight division, Jamahal Hill faced off against former UFC title challenger Thiago Santos in the main event of UFC on ESPN 40. Hill, known as Sweet Dreams, put out a dominant performance, nearly going the full distance before finishing the fight with a ferocious TKO in the 4th round. The victory extended Hill's winning streak to 3 and earned him a $50,000 fight of the night bonus. That's it for today's UFC MMA news recap. Make sure to stay tuned for the next video by subscribing to Valor Strategy and hitting the bell icon.